I caught mine very early. Most people don't catch multiple myeloma until their 50s, 60s, during that time. You know, I caught mine early. I know my body really well, and I knew something.
What was happening?
So the first thing that hit was my heart. My heart was like racing a lot. I thought I was just having stress. I was waking up actually in sweat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this isn't normal. So I went and got my labs checked, like on my own. And then I tried to get in with insurance to get a physical done. That they couldn't get me in for weeks. I finally got in. They actually wanted me to get on thyroid medication. But I was like, let me try to do it heal myself.
Okay.
So they had to put you to sleep. They get a screw into your bone, take some marrow, take a piece of bone.
I'm Todd, Vande, CEO of Stark, and I've gone from vegan to paleo, from keto to carnivore, from cryo saunas to ice baths to training like an athlete to being injured like one and enhancing my mobility and enhancing my sex hormones with thousands of labs and various forms of scans. I'm surrounded by high-level medical doctors, naturopathic doctors, chiropractors, nutritionists, and strength coaches, all leading me in concert to a state of optimal health. I'm here to share that with you regardless of your age, your genes, or your medical conditions. Today's guest is Rachelle Ramiro, and she's been a leader in the nursing and health optimization space for over a decade. She's double board certified in both pediatrics and family practice and is the founder of Revive and Rejuvenate, a luxury mobile company that brings wellness, fitness, and beauty services right to your home or office. Her most recent venture is CEO2 Health, bringing cutting-edge therapies like hyperbaric oxygen, infrared sauna, and cold plunges to the performance-minded individual. Her obsession is anti-aging and optimal energy. And you can tell just by looking at her, she's doing a fantastic job in the anti-aging category. So let's talk about the key pillars that you've identified in your own life and practices for staying youthful and energized. You've got something really good going on. I know you're like 60. You look fantastic. You look like you're 23. So just kind of describe, what do you do?
I think in the past couple of years, I've focused more on getting rest, and sleep, obviously, is very important.
Are there things that you do to improve that or enhance that?
I think Hyperbaric helps a lot with sleep. But I lost my watch. What was that watch?
The Whoop?
The Whoop. I
Okay.
used to have a Whoop, and it used to track my sleep. And I lost it in Italy, in the water. So,
Sounds like a good story, good place to lose it.
yeah.
Yeah, because you had to be there to lose it?
Exactly. In the ocean or sea or whatever it is. Every time I would use Hyperbaric that night, I would track it, and I would have the best sleep. And I could tell the days I'm really stressed, my scores on there weren't as good.
Interesting that you say that. I remember when I first came and saw you guys in West Hollywood, in, what's the name of the gym that you had to have a look?
Dog Pound.
Dog Pound. So I was in there in their little like back room and did an hour, right?
Yeah, 60 minutes.
And my HRV tripled that night.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever told you that, but it had a big impact on the quality of my sleep.
You did tell me that, and then Charles told me that too. Every time he tracks he's always asking, what's your HRV?
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah. So outside of Hbots, so what else do you do to improve your recovery and your sleep?
I love infrared saunas.
Huge fan too.
It makes you feel so relaxed. Like when I do that right before bed, I feel like I can fall asleep.
And how often do you do those?
As much as I can.
Like, what does that look like? I mean, you have one here.
I have one here, but I'm not here all the time. I actually just I have a Hyperbaric at my house now and an infrared sauna.
Okay.
So when I have it there, I do it like 5 days a week.
5 days a week. Okay. And you have, what does your infrared sauna look like? Is it like a single person, or
it's a
big one, or 3-person? Okay. And your hyperbaric chamber, is it like the traditional steel like tube thing that you climb into? Yeah.
Just the lay down one.
And how often do you use that?
I try to do at least 3 times a week.
Oh, that's quite a bit.
Yeah. Well,
quite often.
I'm also special circumstances.
Are you comfortable talking about your special circumstances?
Yeah.
Could you explain what that is?
So I got diagnosed with multiple myeloma. It's a bone marrow cancer. And also my immunity, my labs were like really low. So once I started implementing Hyperbaric and doing a lot more, my inflammation went down, my labs got better, my sleep got better, my recovery, and I just actually did an MRI on Saturday. So we're going to see what that did also.
It's super exciting. I don't know if you know, but I think I may have told you that my sister has that as well. She just had, is it a bone marrow
transplant?
Yeah. It's pretty serious, right? Pretty serious procedure. And, one of our podcast guests, Craig Harper, is 64 and he has multiple myeloma as well. And was in stark naked this year.
Wow.
He's, the leanest person in the competition.
Well, I will say that this diagnosis is like really put my health as a priority.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it wasn't important before, but with business and life and,
it sometimes gets put on the back burner, even if you're in the business of health, right?
You're in it. Like when we first started CEO Health, as much as I believed in it, I wasn't in here using it because I wanted to launch the business and I really wanted it to do well.
Mm-hmm. That's funny. This old saying about how the cobbler has the worst shoes or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Just because you're so busy, taking care of other people's shoes, it's your circumstance too.
I'm always pushing it for my parents, for my clients, and it's so important. And I was neglecting my own health during that time.
Well, the experience that Craig has had so far, he doesn't have any symptoms. So he didn't have the symptoms and then go get tested because of it. We saw a spike, I believe, in his white blood cell count, and we referred him out and he tested positive.
You probably, it was low, right?
I'm sorry. Yes. Yep. Sorry. The opposite. Yeah. And he just continues to manage his life in an optimal way from a nutrition, lifestyle, exercise, stress management standpoint. And he firmly believes that he will die of something else. Like it's managed and not changing, but he gets, regularly screened to see if it's making any progress, and it's not.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a hopeful story, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Particularly at his age.
Yeah. I mean, I caught mine very early. Most people don't catch multiple myeloma until their 50s, 60s during that time. I caught mine early. I know my body really well and I knew something.
What was happening?
So the first thing that hit was my heart. My heart was like racing a lot. I thought I was just having stress. I was waking up actually in sweat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this isn't normal. So I went and got my labs checked, like on my own. And then I tried to get in with insurance to get a physical done that they couldn't get me in for weeks. I finally got in. They actually wanted me to get on thyroid medication. But I was like, let me try to do it heal myself. Mm-hmm. And then they said that my thyroid was better, but then my white count dropped.
Got you.
And then I checked again. My white count still was low. And then I checked again. It was still, I was like, oh, well,
scary.
Something's going on. And then I did my bone marrow biopsies.
Where do they do that? Like what part of your body?
In your hip.
In your hip. Okay.
So they had to put you to sleep. They get a screw screw into your bone, take some marrow, take a piece of bone.
Is it like your iliac crest or something? Is that where they pull it from? Yeah. Okay.
Very knowledgeable on this.
I've had it done. Not for a biopsy, but for harvesting stem cells.
Oh.
And then I got them re-injected.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people have been telling me about that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting. I would say I had mixed results. I did them in every major joint in my body, like 80 injection sites or something.
How'd you like that?
This is intended to be about you, but the reason I went in is because I'm very stiff, like I'm tight. And I've been this way for 25 years or so. And I figured it was either psychological, emotional, or physiological, because I was in a car accident in my early 20s. So through Alice, I sought out one of the world's leading practitioners who's in Utah. His name's Harry something or other. And he told me that this might help with something that he called post-whiplash syndrome, where your ligaments stretch out on the sides of your spine. And as a result, your musculature is constantly firing to try to create balance. And that causes some stiffness. I thought it was an interesting potential opportunity to correct. And I don't think that was really it. I think it's all psychological, emotional. Like the way I see the world is like, you can see it in my HRV as well. It's really low. I'm just super intense. I see it in my family. And I don't think it's genetic. I think it's epigenetic, meaning I learned to be like that under stress, and that it takes that kind of stress relationship to be successful. And
I feel like that's like me too.
I don't think I'm special. I think I'm an extreme version of almost everybody that we serve, and probably like you as well. Yeah. It just, depending on genetics, I think it reveals itself in different ways. And perhaps, sadly, yours is cancer. Mine is orthopedic health. Someone else might be cardiovascular health. Also mine, depends on what you're predisposed to, I think. But they kind of stem from that same thing, that hypervigilant state that I can see in your eyes. Like you're constantly, focused and driven and working super hard and setting aside things that are critically important long-term, like recovering, that aren't that important when you're young because you just bounce back quickly. So these are habits that I learned and you've learned as well when you were younger. You're still quite young, so you've got plenty of time to course correct this, that you have to be that way in order to accomplish the things that are important to you. And then when you get older, it's hard to reverse that way of thinking because it's literally the way you see the world. Like going from a type A personality to a type B personality is the job, I think.
Yeah.
So just imagine how hard that is.
It's extremely hard.
Yeah.
I tried.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyway, sorry, I spun off on a tangent. Tell me more about we're sitting in an Hbot right now. This is a really unique one. It looks like we're in an airplane.
Yeah.
Like a private, looks like we're in a private jet. We are not in a private jet.
Yeah, everyone says that. It's a 4-person chamber. So we get to include friends.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't like the old school Hbots where you're in alone and if you want to read something or whatever, it's like got to kind of pull your chin down and it's just a little bit claustrophobic. This is super cool.
Yeah.
This is nice and spacious.
Put your legs out if you wanted.
Yeah, it's cool. And you can tell me about the limitation. These are usually an hour long, right?
Yeah, 60 minutes. That's what's recommended.
So 60 minutes and you can bring in devices or not?
So the ones in the hospital, which is where I first learned from, they use 100% oxygen tanks. You cannot use any electric devices in there at all. Here we use oxygen concentrators. There's a TV in here, so it's like low energy. We do not recommend any electronic use in there, but cell phones are really low energy.
Okay.
I've done.
So people hang out in there and
they bring their phones, but it's because the oxygen is like coming out. Like once it reaches 2.0, it starts to seep out. So it's not like it's constant oxygen. Which really where you're getting the oxygen or the oxygen mask, where you plug it into the tube and then you're breathing it in through your mask. Mm-hmm. So for safety reasons, we tell people it's better not to.
It's better to just meditate for an hour, just chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, do nothing. What do they call that? Raw dogging or something? Like when you get on an airplane, you don't bring any devices and you don't watch movies. You just sit there and stare at the back of the seat. Have you heard of that?
I've heard of raw dog in a different.
Oh, that's not the same thing I'm talking about. Yeah. No, I'm talking about like literally avoiding all technology and you're just really stuck with you're stuck with your head.
Your thoughts.
Yeah. Old school.
Yeah.
That used to be the way life was.
I tell people that. That's when they ask you, what do you recommend? I say, meditate, focus on positive things when you're in there. It's 1 hour out of your day, but it's really difficult for some people, but some people they fall asleep in there. So.
I think I did too. You're right. It is difficult, but that's a great exercise.
Yeah.
In and of itself.
Just an hour a day.
Not being exposed to technology, which, we both can make a great argument for the fact that technology has just been devastating to humanity in terms of health. Like quality of life. Is it better? You're like, you're 20 years younger than me. So, we grew up in a different era. I'm just thinking about like the 80s and there was no such thing as personal computers existed in like my university, but I didn't have my own. Nobody had that. So there were no devices. Like to socialize, I couldn't just lift my phone up and share something on Instagram or message people. I had to go to like a bar, and actually communicate with people.
And AI is like a next level.
It is. And
for my generation,
Yeah. And I'm fascinated by this. This is a disaster that we're talking about. I'm fascinated by this because I'm on the other end of the disaster, solving the solutions as I face them and my team faces them in real time. But for most consumers, they're just going to go down the road of continuing to use devices and pursue states of comfort. Like when I'm up here, which is about 60% of the time up in Hollywood for the listeners, I walk to, let's say, the grocery store because it's like 3 blocks away. And I will pass little robots delivering, I don't know, I'm imagining pizza and ice cream in those things.
Yeah.
And so you don't even have to leave. You have to get off the sofa to go to the front door. And then I don't know what you push in the code or whatever, and the top of the robot opens up and there's your meal. Like that's a far cry from how our bodies were designed to be used.
Yeah.
Which is to hunt and gather.
Well, even the cars now that are self-driving, imagine when they start putting groceries in those things.
Yeah.
And there's people aren't even driving it. They're just like, hey, your groceries are in the car.
Yeah, those Waymos everywhere. People are just sitting in the back seat with no driver. I don't drive anymore. My car drives me everywhere. Like the whole drive over here, I hardly paid attention. And then when I felt the last turn, when I felt the last turn, I just looked up and then took over and pulled it in the little parking, the little driveway right here by the side of the building. And so, yeah, I mean, life is so easy that our way of living has so many comforts that we are seeing it manifested in mental health problems, because you can't experience comfort always. Like, this is really comfortable in here. And you can go to like our air conditioned homes and we sit in our air conditioned cars and go to work. And then it's in the winter, it's heated and there's just literally no discomfort. Without the discomfort, you can't actually experience the bliss of comfort because there's nothing to compare it to. You know what I mean? And that, I think, leads to mental illness because I see this, we serve, as you know, the ultra wealthy. And I see this with them all the time where they literally have everything they want, including their own jet or jets, plural. Some of them have more than one. And if they want to go to Europe, they have someone drive them to the private airport. And then they fly directly to wherever in Italy they want to go to. And everything is so easy, and someone carries their bags. They have multiple assistants and someone's taking care of their homes, and they have no sense of physical discomfort, except for maybe exercise where they do it stark. Or the periodic cold plunge, which is one of the biggest benefits of it, I think, is that it reacquaints you with misery, and you do something that you don't want to do. You do something that's really hard, and then you have a gap between that thing, that misery, and the comforts in your life. You know, spending time with loved ones or in an air-conditioned home or whatever. You're like, oh, this feels so good. Without the contrast, you don't even recognize it. And then you're depressed and you're anxious and you're miserable, and you constantly seek to increase those comforts, which is I think our nature. It's how we've been designed. There are books written about it. I think one's called The Comfort Crisis, which is all about how humans have always attempted to find ways to like make our caves more comfortable or whatever. And we just kept on doing it and doing it and doing it. And boom, we're here. It's over. Like, what else is there? I don't know. Like, putting what are those suits called where you can feel things? They have on your fingertips and on your body. It's called a haptic suit. If you and I are in haptic suits and you're like on the other, you're in Italy and I'm here in the United States.
They have that. I've never even tried.
And you've got goggles and we have a conversation and I touch your knee like that you'll feel that on your knee.
Wow. That's crazy.
And yeah. Speaking with others, they think that that's the future. And so you and I can have a coffee date in an imaginary virtual coffee shop. And you may actually have coffee in your place and me mine, and we're drinking. And it's like we can sit in an Hbot. And it feels like it. Isn't that crazy? So as I contemplate, that's probably the future, which means we don't have to move at all. Yeah. Like, we can build a relationship, become great friends, see each other. You may decide to look different, and maybe I do too. Like, I don't know. What would you do? What would you change in yourself if it was all virtual?
In appearance?
Yeah, just like I'm looking at you through my goggles and you've decided who you are. Maybe like exactly your face, or maybe some other attributes are different. What would it be?
I don't know. I think I look a little older.
You think you'd want to look older? You'd want to look younger? You'd want to look younger? Okay.
Like, physically now I feel like I look older.
Okay.
So I think just always looking useful, I think.
So yeah, I mean, you could be 80 and look like you do now if you want in that virtual environment.
Yeah,
And yeah, and I would be like, I don't know. I don't think I'd change that much. I think I'd just go with the gray hair. Fuck it, but I'd probably like be 6'4". And you'd be like, damn, this attractive older man is really tall. I'd be like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm tall. How would you ever know? Isn't that weird?
It's weird.
Yeah. And so this is like where my head is always at. Like,
well, people already are changing how they look on social media.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. With filters and
look like
filters and angles and lighting. I mean, you're being honest right now. I kind of do that too. In my breakfast videos, I make sure that the overhead light is bright enough so I've got shadows where my abs are. Because if it's like facing me like this light right here, you can't see my abs.
Yeah.
I mean, so I guess I'm kind of like cheating the system a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I like that when people meet me, they're like, "Oh, you look better." Or some of them say I look better because I look too like I did a photo shoot. They kind of chiseled my face out. Like you look really like masculine, but in person you're like a feminine.
Oh, that's nice.
Features. It's like, oh, cool.
Yeah. I usually don't get any comments. I think that people think I'm taller.
Oh, because you can't tell in like
videos. Yeah. Or I think I think I look taller in videos because I don't know, like I'm proportioned or something. I don't know exactly what it is, but I've gotten that for years. Like people meet me face to face and like, oh, you're so little. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. I like you more now. That's usually what I get. I'm like, yeah, fuck you guys. Yeah. So these things like devices like this that we're sitting in and things like exercise and real human connection. This is real, by the way. We're actually sitting right here.
This is not AI.
Yeah, it's not AI. I think become more and more valuable and critical for health, which of course is what I'm interested in, what you're interested in. Like the Hbot helps with recovery. Can you kind of talk through some of the other benefits?
Well, it increases white blood cell count. Typically not when it is a bone marrow issue, but for me, it was very helpful to get rest, to increase collagen production, to decrease inflammation. It even increases athletic performance.
Really? Like I can be a better athlete?
Yeah, it increases VO2 max.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, we have.
How does that? What's the mechanism?
We have professional boxers that come in, and when they're doing this during prep for their fights, they feel like they have more like umph when they're fighting. Like they can go longer when they're training.
Well, that's really interesting. Have you tested that? That would be cool to test.
The VO2 max.
Yeah, the difference.
I was actually looking into VO2 max, but the machines are so expensive. I don't know if they have better ones now. And then also they wanted us to like have a gym to test it. Like that's something I think Stark.
Yeah, we're about to put those in.
Yeah, if you guys were to offer that, we could send our clients test, do pre, and then.
Yeah, we should do it several times. Like come in, do Hbots, like one Hbot, do a VO2 max test, do like 3 Hbots, do another VO2 max test, and see like what the frequency looks like, and so basically what the dosage should be to actually affect change in your VO2 max. Almost everybody that follows me and follows us and are in the Stark ecosystem understand the implications of VO2 max and longevity. So it would be an interesting way in which to affect that. The other way, which also should be done, of course, like cardiac output training and things like intense cardio training, a combination of those things affect VO2 max. Those are miserable and also should be done just because of the misery of them. But that's interesting if you put it together. Next year for Stark Naked, we're going to do VO2 max testing instead of a different test that we applied for that particular marker. It would be interesting to have some competitors come through and use your services and secretly boost their VO2 max to compete.
Yeah, there are studies. I can find them and then send them to you about the VO2 max. But anecdotally, like the people that have done marathons that prepped, they said that they do their best time when they prep with Hyperbaric.
That's really interesting. What other reasons do people come in and use it?
The most popular one is post-surgery, whether it's like hair transplants, yoga jobs, breast implants.
Just to help with recovery, to speed up the recovery process?
All their doctors have, like, when we check in with our clients, they always tell us that, my doctor's like very happy with the results and the inflammation and the recovery. And I'm always happy to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So is it common for a surgeon to refer out to a place that has Hbots.
Yep. We have some surgeons that refer to us.
There's a lot of surgery happening around here, huh? Yeah. Is that the most common patient that you see?
It's LA. We actually, in the beginning, had a lot of people that had long COVID that came in.
Oh, okay.
And they said that they felt better. We have somebody even that lives here that he's supposed to do a video for us, but he like is all about it, tells everybody about it. Ended up buying one for himself.
And do you sell them as well?
Yes. So
you do. So you're like an Hbot dealer.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. What do you think about the differences between the hard shell and soft shell?
So the soft shells only go to 1.5 atmospheres. The hard shells, because of the hard exterior, go to higher pressures, and we go to 2.0. In the hospitals, they can go higher, but the time I spent at Long Beach Memorial, they have a hyperbaric oxygen unit, and I talked to the medical directors, and he's like, none of our protocols pass 2.0. Okay. So there are people that have cancers that have doctors that recommend 2.5, but I've never even done the 2.5 pressure.
And how do you feel about the difference between 1.5 and 2.0, the soft version versus the hard shell?
I still feel good after it.
After the soft one?
After the soft one.
Is that what you have at your house, or you have the hard?
I have a hard one.
Okay.
But when we first bought them, we bought a hard shell that was at 1.5.
Okay.
And so that was the only thing that we had to go off of. And everybody, like I said, they all loved it. You know, the athletes like LeBron James, Terrell Owens, they had the soft ones that only went to 1.5 also. And they loved it too. You know, they talk about it. You know, Justin Bieber had a soft shell too.
The soft shell ones sometimes pro athletes or others build like these rooms and then put the bed in it, like they sleep in it or something. Does that happen?
No. You can't have a soft shell and I've never seen.
You never heard of that?
Yeah.
I remember seeing a picture, this is a long time ago, like 10 or 15 years ago, of someone who had like a portion of their bedroom, like carved out with a bed in it. And they were purportedly sleeping. It was like, I think it was a pro football player sleeping in that environment and helping with recovery. But I don't know, maybe seems like the pressure couldn't get high enough.
Yeah, it can't
the benefit
with a soft shell, you know, because you need to keep that air in the chamber.
And how many locations do you currently have?
So this is our main one in Hollywood at the W, and then we have Beverly Hills, Laguna Beach. We did have one in Malibu, but we had to, you know, after the fires.
Oh yeah,
it didn't do well.
Where is it in Laguna Beach?
It was Tulsi Wellness. They're in the middle of changing the name.
Okay. And are you still in West Hollywood or not?
Oh yeah, we just got
dog pound one?
No, we're not. It's at Pearl Wellness. It's a recovery place. Okay. They have a 1.5 and a 2.0.
Okay.
And it's actually close to Stark. It's like a mile away.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's the contact that you shared with me. Okay. Well, this is super exciting. It seems like a very doable therapy because you can kind of, you can do things on the inside of it, which means that you don't have to carve out like an hour. I know people probably should and take a break and just stare at the ceiling and not have, technology, but it does make it a lot easier if you can use, you can keep working and sit in here for an hour. That's super helpful. What else are you interested in currently, or what are you hopeful about the future of health and wellness?
I think exosomes are like so beneficial. I've seen it for myself. I did my inflammatory markers and my labs were terrible. For some reason, at one point I did exosomes. I did a push actually just to get it fast. And a week later I tested and all my numbers were normal. Wow,
that's crazy. A week later you tested?
A week later.
Like which numbers were normal?
My white blood cells, my CDC, my neutrophil count, like all my immunity labs were good.
Wow, that's amazing. And have you tested since? Like how long do you think it lasted?
I haven't tested since. No. I should have tested before I went out of the country, but I was like, wait, if they're not normal, I can't go. So I just kind of just went because I wanted to go on the trip. I'm scheduled for Thursday.
To get tested again? Oh, that's super exciting. Yeah, I mean, theoretically, the exosomes are repairing your body, right? Those are extracellular vesicles, so they're released by your stem cells and tell your cells what they should be doing. They've forgotten, basically, right? And And then it's becoming younger, effectively, right?
Yeah.
On a cellular level.
Even my brain, I felt like it was better. Like just more
Makes
positive.
sense. It makes a lot of sense.
I don't know if that's anecdotal, but I felt more positive. And, the whole time I was in Italy, I was walking like up hills and people were miserable, right? It was hot. Like I didn't want to walk. And I was just like, I'm like walking in Italy when I couldn't walk at one point in my life, like I could not walk. I was in so much pain.
Do you know what the concentration was of the exosomes that you did? Like, was it a 5 ml vial, a 2 ml vial? Was it like billions of extracellular vesicles? What was it?
It was 50 billion.
50 billion. Okay.
And it was like lyophilized.
What does that mean?
So it's like they freeze it.
Okay.
So I could have mixed it. It was like powder.
Don't they all have to freeze it?
So there's ones that are better actually and stronger that are cryo frozen, like in a freezer.
The one that I did had 15 trillion extracellular vesicles.
Yeah.
Massive.
To be honest, I really don't know how they can calculate.
They have a microscope
that calculates it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. They said it was the only one of its kind. And
how'd you feel after that?
My experience was, I think this is my theory anyway, whatever you feel is like the lowest hanging fruit that gets corrected. So for me, I started giggling like within seconds. It was weird. Like I just sort of couldn't stop laughing and I felt really relaxed. And so the theory for me, I did some research about it, was that it just dumped me into an extreme parasympathetic state. And I haven't felt that for a while. And so the contrast was noticeable. So as you know, those extracellular vesicles, they're going throughout your body doing the things that they need to be doing. And you feel the thing that's the most, that moves the needle the most effectively. And for me, I think it was that. At least that's the theory. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do it again.
Yeah, it's cool. It's expensive. That's the downside.
But health is wealth. And honestly,
it's the foundation. If you don't have it, you can't make money.
Advocator of like invest in your wellness, whatever that means to you, because you have nothing without it.
I think on the other end of that equation is like the absence of sickness enables you to build wealth, right? But the presence of optimal health is a different thing. Like if you go from normal to some form of exceptional superhero type experience, what you can accomplish and what you can focus on and building relationships and being comfortable in your own skin and excited or enthusiastic about life, that also leads to the greater development of wealth. I think there's a tight correlation to that.
I 100%
for sure.
agree. The CEOs and the entrepreneurs I take care of, they tell me like after I see them and I take care of them and do like, whether it's NAD treatments or something, they feel like they can make more money after.
Yeah, that's kind of the point. I mean, I think that when you're in that state of optimal well-being, you are, I don't know, funnier, more persuasive, easier to build relationships. Charming. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, you're just more relaxed, easier to connect with people. Mm-hmm. I think you can become an aspirational or an inspirational figure to people way more easily when you're really fully yourself. And I don't think that's like, because you have abs or something. I think it's because of how you are in those relationships. I think it's, when you feel like you're looking through rose-colored glasses all the time, people want that too. And they want to be around you as a result.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that even NAD does for me and for people that I take care of, they say they feel more clear and they feel more patient and they feel like their blood pressure doesn't rise as quickly. And if you have mental clarity and you're not triggered by like little things, you're just easier to get along with everybody. Yeah. When you're stressed or your blood pressure is up or you're feeling a type of way, it's more things annoy you more quickly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, well,
this has been great. Yeah. I enjoyed hanging out with you as always. Good to see your face. Yeah. We can talk for hours. If our listeners want to find out more about your business, let's first talk about the consumer. So if a consumer in the LA or Orange County area want to find you, where can they look?
We have a website. It's www.ceo2health.com. And then our contact information's in there. We have a direct cell phone that's 424-202-1646.
Okay. And then what about like gyms, wellness centers, doctor's offices? Obviously, we're in the W right now, hotels that want to be in the wellness space. Is there a different website or number for them where it's a business to business relationship, or do they go to the same place?
Well, we have a website that has locations. So we have one in Beverly. Did I say we had one in Beverly Hills? Yeah, we have one there. And then West Hollywood has 2 chambers. And then we have a mobile concept that's coming out.
Oh, tell me about that.
So we have a Mercedes Sprinter van that we're going to be putting a hyperbaric chamber in there. They're decorating and making it look nice.
Oh, cool.
And we'll be able to drive anywhere.
That sounds awesome. We looked at that for our DEXA scans because it's such a pain to have a dedicated office space and it's expensive square footage wise. But we had to have it recalibrated to be accurate every time you traveled. So it was not like a practical thing, but it seems like this would be very practical, right? You can go to people's homes.
We can go to
offices.
Homes. We can go to offices. We can go to movie sets.
Oh, cool.
Which is what we're planning on doing. You can do events now.
Oh, very cool. I love it.
You drive to events. If a private client wanted us to come there and they didn't want to drive, they wanted to check it out, we can go there. We also do home rentals. So we can convert those clients over if they like, all right, we like it. Let's bring it in. We'll put one in their house.
Awesome. I love it. Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks.
You all like today's podcast, you can find us at stark.health. That's stark.health.